Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncharted Lost Legacy. This is the train yard, abandoned train yard, with the helicopter fight. We are doing this thing stealth, 100% stealth, and we're literally just got to jump right in. As you saw, I just ran forward and knocked that first guy out. Kind of backtrack, climb up, take this guy out. You want to move up to this little point on the landscape. Doesn't look like I'm in the bushes, but I really am. You can Superman punch this guy from like a million miles away. Uncharted physics. Same thing here. You can pick up that gun, the silenced pistol, without being anywhere near it. You just gotta move quick. You can take a bunch of guys out real quick in the beginning of this. Take out the heavy. Jump in. Take out this guy real quick. His buddy's gonna be circling. We saw him when we were picking up the silenced pistol. And you just wait for him to take his position, and nobody will see you. He might, quote-unquote, spot you as you're rolling out, but, you're going to take him out. Nobody will go on alert. You want to pop up and pick this box. This is going to be your first RPG. You're going to need 3 RPGs. You need 3 explosives. I picked the RPGs because I think it's the easiest. So we're going to walk through getting you those. That's the real quick beginning. You got to jump in and just go real fast as these guys are getting set up, and then you get into a little bit of a waiting game with some of the other stuff. Right here you see the guy in the background on the top of the train, and then you just basically wait for the helicopter to do its rounds. It's going to sit here for a little bit. The minute it starts flying away, you can go out. It doesn't even have to be totally gone. You can just go out. Here's your second box. You're going to get the second RPG. Only guy you're really worried about is that guy in the back. He's not going to see you. You got plenty of time to do this. Every once in a while the game messes with you and like the box just doesn't pick or whatever, but for the most part, 99.9% of the time you got plenty of time to do that. We do backtracking here. Watch for the helicopter, roll and take cover. It can see you in here, so you wait for it to turn and go before you go get in the water. We're going to swim around. We're going to go back to where we started and we took the first guy out. We're going to go get his buddy. His buddy is sitting there with the red hat. He might be right here, which is the best possible scenario. He might be a little bit further away. It really is a little bit random, but if he's a little bit further away, you just wait a minute for him to walk towards you and you still get him. Just watch the guys in the back, make sure their backs are turned. You'll be fine. And so we're basically going back to where we were. We did a little sidetrack for that guy in the hat, but now we're continuing our counterclockwise circle around the map. We're going to work our way into the back and set up there. Once we get into the back, we'll get fully equipped with our third RPG. We'll be all set. Just work your way around, stay in the bushes, watch this guy up on the train that you were looking at earlier. We gotta wait a little bit because the helicopter's doing its rounds. The number one thing you have to watch that will get you into trouble on this level is the helicopter. The number 2 thing is Sam and Nadine just getting in the way. They always get in the way. They mess me up constantly. So that's really the biggest threat. So from here you can actually see the guy up on top in the brown. You can see the heavy guy in the back. There's another heavy guy on the ground. He's doing his rounds. So you can get pretty good visual on everybody here. And then we're just waiting for the helicopter to pass. We're going to get that third lockbox. And the helicopter's actually above us, but the gun and the guy looking out of it is on the other side. So we can move a little bit early here. Get through this box. They like to make you sweat and give you a little bit of trouble when you're trying to hurry. But I just take cover here, continue my circle around the map, make sure that guy is back to you, make sure the guy on the scaffolding isn't looking your way. Now the minute you walk into this building, from any direction you come, the minute you walk into this building, these 2 guys will come and have a conversation. It triggers this conversation. And it's tempting. There are definitely ways to take out both of these guys right now. It's very tempting to do so. But I've found waiting and letting the heavy guy and armored guy leave, and then he'll end up doing a circle around the map, you know, searching, and you can get him very easily later. So we want to just make sure they're done. We want to make sure nobody's looking. Helicopter's not looking. Guy on the brown's not looking. Guy on the scaffolding's not looking. Just jump, take this guy out, come back, take your position. Now this is, I pause here because at some point guys will go on alert. They will go on alert if they see a body, but they'll also go on alert basically about at this time frame, and I'm kind of waiting, because if they go on alert right now, I like to just shoot this guy and take him out real quick so that way it's done. But they didn't go on alert right away. You'll hear the guy in the helicopter do an announcement saying like, hey, how are we doing, and they all start searching. You know, so I waited. There's the heavy guy you can see that we just had the conversation going around in the back. Ironically, I usually like to get up right to where he's at in those bushes and take him out right there, but I hesitated too much, so I basically had to wait for wait for him to get to right here, and you hear that, you know, the looking around here comment right there is when they all start going on alert, and what I was waiting for. So that guy from the top of the train jumps down and he starts circling around this way. I take him out right here. Again, normally that's where I take out the armored guy, but you can improvise this. This is not set in stone. And honestly, at the end of the day, you don't really need to take all these guys out. You don't really need to take anybody out. You just need to shoot the helicopter 3 times, blow it up 3 times. Of course, the less guys, the easier it is. And in full disclosure, I actually botched the end of this, but I did the stealth right, and so that's kind of what I'm, you know, trying to show here and showcase, and totally possible to do. That's the RPG guy up on the scaffolding. Now this next guy right here, this armored guy on the train, is who I'm going after next. And honestly, I miss my opportunity. I'm waiting here for the helicopter, and you know, I lose the guy, and so I wasn't sure, so I hesitated, and I, you know, erred on the side of caution and didn't go. So we're gonna wait this thing out. Just keep an eye on the helicopter, keep an eye on the guy. You know, the guy on top of the train will walk out onto this. There's like a little like plywood or something up there. He can actually stand out over the edge. You can see it right there, over the edge. So I don't go out and hide on next to the train. I actually hide in here until the time is right. And I could have gone now. I just didn't realize it because I lost track of him and I wasn't sure what was going on. So here we go. I hide and I look and I see the guy and I go, oh yeah, I missed it. Oops. So you could have done this a little bit faster. But you know what? Slow and steady wins the race sometimes. You can see me, I sort of lose him again. I know he's there, I just can't see where he's at. And I don't want him walking out over onto that board. And I was a second too slow there, but that's okay. Again, use those Uncharted physics to, you know, take him out from 8 feet away. And this guy, he, I don't know if there's a pattern to how he walks, a discernible one. There are definitely positions he goes to back and forth, but I don't know if there's a discernible pattern that will guarantee where he's going to go. So I kind of waited there to see if I can jump up and take him out, and I was waiting to see where he was at, to see if he would walk back over here, because he does frequently, and eventually I deemed that, you know, he's not going to do what I want him to do, so I'm going to go meet him where he's at and go take him out the other way you can get to him. Well, yeah, there's actually a couple ways you can get to him, but I think the easiest ways are what I'm going to show you. And yes, I know I'm taking a long time game. You're telling me, blow up the helicopter, blow up the helicopter. That's how you know you're doing a really good job. You're taking way too much time to do this. Alright, so we kick it into gear, and we'll go after the guy. That's fine. The helicopter goes away. And all we have to do is go out here. I didn't actually think he would see me doing that while I rolled, but, you know, that's how it works. It's alright. But right there is literally where we're going to go get him. Well, he's going to turn his back, but we're going to climb up this train and jump right on him and take him out. We're just going to make sure that the helicopter, it just flew into its new position behind us, so we don't want it to see us. We're going to wait. Sometimes the waiting's an eternity. Really isn't. It really isn't that long. It just feels like it. You just want to move on. Alright, here we go. Missed the jump, of course. There's the guy. You check him out before you climb up. Take him out. And that's literally everybody. All that's left is to shoot the helicopter 3 times and climb up on it. Which apparently I have trouble doing, but this should get you through it. You know, even if you fail with what I've shown you, you know, it should be sufficient to get you through the section fairly easily with fairly no conflict. So I shot the thing twice, and then I just booked it because I was getting the dog shot out of me by the helicopter. Gray as can be. It's okay, but you know, swim back here, going, hiding into the bushes. They lose you. They're not on alert. I mean, well, they're on alert looking for you, but I didn't fire there because I did not want to miss. You don't want to miss because then you have to go get another RPG or something, and it's just easier not to miss. So there it is. And that's all you need. And honestly, I just botched it right here because I'm swimming to dodge the gunfire, and I'm going to come up behind it. So after Sam yells out for a plan B, I think that's the prompt where I can hang here. And I'm trying to look for the grapple point for the L1 prompt, and I don't get it. So I think if I climb up here and I can run and jump at it, it'll give it to me, which it doesn't, and I just accidentally fall on this guy's head, and that was the death of me. I needed to wait for the prompt to tell them, and then I could have gone. So despite my faux pas that led to an anticlimactic ending there, I really do hope you enjoyed the stealth portion and it helped you in your game. Of course, check out the other videos. We've got a whole playlist that walks through Lost Legacy and also Uncharted 4.